the people can use this situation to actually control and get. They said we are all on the same page right now. It doesn't matter which party you belong to, but this is really a good ripe time for people who want to use their political status to increase it and to get from society what they wanted. In one of the West African countries, in Sierra Leone, they have not had any case, but the government has announced a state of emergency for 1 year. For one whole year. They didn't even consult with the medical experts. It's not like based on what the medical officials have told us, and based on how this thing is going, we are going to have 3 months and then we are going to reevaluate it and make assessment and go. It's just like 1 year state of emergency just means that we have now the authority to do.
You know what they say in politics, right? Wow. Never let a good crisis go to waste.
That's right, exactly. So it's weird, and I see your point. I see your point very perfectly. And the other thing is, I think the point about rules, you see, when you talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you talk about the creator, and people say, oh, you have too many rules. The thing is, people are actually looking, as people, as human beings, we're looking for somebody to tell us what to do. We're actually looking for somebody to. So these restrictions have been put in place generally for the public good. But I even have people who are questioning whether you should have your friends over. They said public spaces. You cannot, it doesn't mean you cannot have one friend who's healthy, who hasn't traveled, have not interacted with a traveler. You were together the day before the restrictions were passed. Now you can't see them anymore. It's not your private space, it's public spaces, right? Yeah. So, people are looking for somebody to control, and this is just innate in us. That is why when people say, oh, religion has so many rules and so many controls, and I ask, you know, when there is no light, when the lights go, the traffic lights go, you call and tell people to come and put it so that we have some rules, right? Yeah. You want people to go on one side, you want the cars to go on the other side. We just are made like that. We want to worship, we want to follow something, some commandment. Here is something though that makes me optimistic. As much as Trump's rating is going up, I believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's people's rating of themselves in relation to him, because I wouldn't say his rating, subhanahu wa ta'ala, people's rating in response to him and in closeness to him is also going up. We can't forget that. And this is a battle between what is good and what is not. So we can actually make this good for ourselves. And I just tell you, I have had many brothers call me and ask me, are there people who are needy in the community? We want to see what we can do, right? Yes. And this is coming out of nowhere. And people are saying, if you know somebody who needs something, just let me know. I can do this and that. And so it's amazing what could come out of this. And it's a time of reflection, because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you time in your hand, and especially that some of this, because we have some good government of justice in this country, some of the financial burden has been taken up a little bit, then this is your time actually to develop yourself spiritually. If you wake up in the night and you know you don't have to go anywhere in the morning, or you can work from home, you can put in your 8 hours, there is nothing wrong with rising up and being close to your creator by praying 2 rak'ah and waking up your family and then going back to sleep, so that you develop spiritually, you rise up spiritually. A lot of the evil that was going on, like alcohol, are all closed now, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, right? Everybody is saying it's wrong, but there is so much taxes coming out of it, the government just can't shut it down. But it is shutting down now by itself, just as a matter of course. So it is not, Allah never does anything sharrun mahad, that is absolute evil. That does not exist in the agenda of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for humanity. It's just how we look at it. It's just perspective.